Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and their twin flame connection. Twins, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. If you're here as a cross-watcher, welcome. If you are here and you're not sure about what a twin flame connection is, I have included a link to Gabi Kovalenko's full-length explanation on the twin flame journey in the description box below. For all twins that are here, welcome. In a nutshell, twin flame connection is all about two people who share the same energetic soul, who go through most often a separation period because the connection becomes very intense and almost too much to handle. In fact, too much to handle. One twin becomes the runner, the other is the chaser. This is a very reductive way of explaining it, but I want to get right to the reading. I am a twin flame in separation, and I am speaking to twins in separation, and I do these readings to support the twin flame community because it's a very tough topic to negotiate with when you are a twin flame. So it's a very divine connection that is meant to highlight our shadow aspect and to raise us to a point of spiritual ascension so that we can help others. When we fully understand what our power is, then we can be in a space and place to help our fellow humans. And twins are here to raise the vibration of humanity, and it's such a tall order. I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today. The overall energy is going to come from the wisdom of the oracle, and I will read from the book at the end. The base spread is going to be from the Dream Song Oracle, and I don't have the box for this one, but this is the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and their twin flame connection. Angels, spirits, guides, what messages? Thank you. Do you have for the water signs? Very feminine energy, number 2, yin. Number 2 also corresponds to the High Priestess card in the Major Arcana, which connects to Pisces energy. Pisces, you showed up in your own reading. And I love this card because it looks like a huge chalice, doesn't it? A cup. I'm also a water sign. I'm a Cancer. So water signs, I mean, this feels like the Ace of Cups. It feels like the brand new era is what Spirit just said, the brand new era of love for you. And maybe it starts with self-love, you know, but it feels so right. It feels, you know, divine feminine energy that we're in this place and space to receive, that we're going to allow others to fill our cup. You know, it's crazy. One moment. I was so eager to do the reading that I forgot to light the candles for the twin flame connection, which has maybe happened before, but it's pretty rare that I would forget. Maybe that has something to do with the state of your mind right now, that you're impatient, which, you know, it just seems like the more impatient we are about things, the longer they take, right? Like the watched pot idea. And for some of you, it could have been a long time between you and your twin, just dealing with each other and in the 3D, right? We negotiate with our twin every day. Every day. We go through the love and the battle with our twin in the 5D and maybe in the 3D too. But I feel as though this is an ushering in of something so beautiful, comforting, All right, let's get to it. The base spread will be made up of your energy, your twins, the connection, and advice from Spirit at the end, which I'll combine with the yin card. Feel free to switch the energies around with your twins, because twins are often known to mirror one another. Okay, now the clarifiers from the Gilded Tarot. The water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, please, Spirit. Okay. 7 cards are out on the table, 1 card for the overall energy with yin. The High Priestess energy, let's talk about that for a second. A lot of water signs are, I don't know, I was going to say the word notorious, but I don't want to use the word notorious. I want to use the word blessed. Blessed with the psychic abilities come naturally to the water signs, because we kind of operate in the murky depths, right? In the psychic realms, in the spiritual, the esoteric. We are not afraid to ask those big questions, not just about our twins, not just about love, but also the deeper meanings of everyday circumstances and how they define and shape who we are. A lot of, it's very funny when I have conversations with people, right? Because this is my wheelhouse. I love to ask people questions that probe a little bit under the surface, or a lot. And often I am met with the response of, oh, I never thought about it. I never thought about that. Or, no, I just never really considered it. Those kinds of responses. And so I feel as though water signs are kind of naturally inclined to inhabit High Priestess energy. Now, Spirit is reminding me that some of you may feel a little scared by the prospect of it. I think it's more about being scared of the prospect of your own power, just how psychic you could potentially be, how we can lift the veil from our eyes and see the world completely through signs and symbols and synchronicities. It's pretty profound. Spirit wants me to focus on that for you right now, because I think some of you are having your spiritual ascension and you're starting to get kind of the big downloads, being blasted with synchronicities that you cannot explain. You can't explain away. And you're looking for some answers, and you're getting answers, but those answers are bringing about more questions, right? Spirit just said that some of you may be asking yourself, why me? Now, I don't know if, do you mean like, why me on the twin flame journey? Perhaps. I mean, everybody's always asking that. And to say that we signed these spiritual contracts before we even got here doesn't always provide comfort. But I also think it's the why me of, how come I have these clair abilities? Why would Spirit entrust me with them? To which I would say, maybe we should look at why we don't think we're special enough for it. In your energy, now remember, please switch them around with your twins if you feel it's more appropriate. Number 13, which corresponds to the Death card of the Major Arcana, Scorpio energy. Scorpio, you showed up in your own reading. Craft your focus. It's very interesting too, because just this morning my balcony was visited, but I was visited by a very large crow. It was squawking. My cats immediately ran over to see what all the commotion was about. Of course, unable to reach the squawking crow. But I was talking to it, right? Because I knew somehow a visit from a crow would come into the readings today. And here we have a bird friend. So you could have birds as symbols that are showing up for you very prominently right now. Craft your focus is, what are we working on to elevate ourselves? And I'm not just talking about career and things like that, although that's perfectly fine as well. But it's about refining our approach to how we're taking care of ourselves, how we are contributing to our future. For example, maybe it's part of spring cleaning, but I am giving away, or I'm trying to, one bag at a time, I'm trying to give away half of my possessions. I wouldn't say I actually have a lot of possessions. Most of the possessions that are things that I own are in this one room. Lots of crystals, of course, and I have been giving crystals away. Books, but especially books and especially clothing. I'm giving half of my possessions away. Why? Because I want to focus on bringing something new into my life. I want this cup to be filled with something new. And so I have to make space. And Spirit is bringing that as an example for you. What is it that you are... Oh, Spirit just said revitalizing. It's like you have new eyes to look at something old. So this could be an old project of yours, like maybe you are working on an artwork that you have put on the shelf for a long time and you want to take it out of its closet and work on it some more. Maybe it's a book, maybe it's a business. I mean, we've all got something going on. And Spirit is saying you're looking at it with a renewed vision. It's important for you right now. Like, we're locking in. It's clarified here by the Six of Pentacles. What we put out in the world, Spirit returns back to us, perhaps tenfold, perhaps 1,000-fold. The Six of Pentacles is all about equal give and take, reciprocity. It's representing the Justice card in the Minor Arcana. So we can see here the balance. I'm very drawn to this here. You see, it's just the top of the balance. It's reminding me of something that's going on at work right now. We are, let's just say it involves beautiful, I don't think it's quite beautiful, but everyone else disagrees with me. So of course, I'm in the minority, but to others, it's a beautiful ornate chandelier. That's all I'm going to say about it. It involves a chandelier. Is that a song? Is there a song called Chandelier? There's something about it. It's like, maybe some people don't see what your vision is, but Spirit sees it. Like, maybe some people don't get it, like what you're working on. They can't see the vision. Spirit sees it though, and Spirit is supporting you. Everything that you put forth, all of your effort and your thoughts and your manifestations towards your goal, Spirit will help you, right? That's why it's so important for you to craft this, to refine it. I don't actually see a lot, well, that's not true. So while you're working on, I think, yourself, your twin is mirroring you, but in a different way. It's the number 4 card, which corresponds to the Emperor, Aries energy in the major arcana, and the words are tend the roots of reciprocity. So interesting, right? This is your twins card. This is the card of reciprocity, equal give and take, and your twin has it too. And then here, I think your twin is, questioning how they were not reciprocal to you at this time. How they did not exhibit the qualities of equal give and take when it came to you. Turn on a light here. Second. Sorry, it's very, very hot in my room. So I've got the blinds kind of closed because it's a little miserable at the moment. So we see here these roots, but they're kind of, the roots are extending upwards. That's very interesting. Ungrounded roots. The number 7 and 3 are featured very prominently. There's a ribbon that's kind of tied around the roots. 7 and 3. That's very interesting because my twin was born in 1973, so that's interesting. But the number 7-3 or 3-7 could be meaningful to you. The fact that the roots are going up is profound, because it's almost as if your twin is looking at the spiritual roots, how you and they, it's like reaching towards the heavens, reaching towards the sky for answers. Finally, could your twin be finally figuring it out? How you're both connected, intertwined. Tend the roots of reciprocity. Take care of, tend to, nurture. And it's interesting too, because on my table, right, you are looking at this situation. Your twins card is clarified by the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Typically, the Knight of Swords is person coming in fast, quick, like honest message, authentic message, ideas that they want to communicate to you. Look at this big eagle here. Eagle may be significant to you, but it's in reverse. They're not sure what it is that they're looking at yet. They're looking at the roots. They're looking at how far reaching you and they go. It's like they're looking at all the tendrils. They're looking at all of the avenues, going over it and over it and over it in their mind. They haven't quite figured it out, but they're looking at it. They're asking the question, right? It just goes back to what I was saying in the beginning, when there's some people that don't ever ask the questions, the deeper ones, the scary ones. And I think your twin is asking the questions, but they haven't quite figured it out yet. And so they're not coming to you because it's like you don't know what you don't know, and they don't know what questions to ask because they need to figure it out. They know that there's connection, though, that you and they are the same. different but same. I'm gonna get a clarifier for this. What have they figured out so far, Spirit? This card came out in reverse, but I wanted to show it to you in the upright, the Six of Cups. You see? They're going back, right? They're going back, but it's difficult. They don't, it's like they're being made to face these memories of the two of you, whether in this life or past lives. It's like they're confronting it, but it's difficult and they don't want to because somehow it triggers them, right? This is the twin flame journey, though. Some of you, I feel like some of you are just like, how am I triggering them? I'm just sitting here. We're in separation. Like, how could I possibly be triggering them? Oh, but couldn't you? My twin certainly triggers me. And I haven't talked to him in like 5 years. Oh, he certainly triggers me. Six of Cups is usually a card of looking back to the past with fondness, rose-tinted glasses, trying to make some clarity out of it. They're gonna get there. Well, your vision seems crystal clear. Your vision seems even more than crystal clear. It's like beyond 2020 because you have the help of this like familiar. Thank you, Spirit. The connection, number 41, which reduces to a 5, the Hierophant energy, Taurus. Pope of the Tarot. High-level commitment, structure, rules, standards. Bring the exile home. Something about the river, the riverbank, the creek bank, being by the water. That is significant. You could live by water, or your twin could live by water, which might seem like, oh, well, doesn't everybody? No, not everybody lives by water. This feels very significant. Bring the exile home. I think that both of you have exiled each other to a certain extent, especially if you're in separation. I mean, naturally. See how she's kind of sleeping. Almost like she's listening to this house. She's listening to the hearth. You know, it reminds me of, so I have a cat. I have 3 cats, but one of my cats, who's essentially my best friend, he is my best friend. He's getting a little old. He's getting up there. He's 16. And, you know, there comes a time, right? And so in order to just really cherish him, every day I snuggle up to him like this. Every moment I can get where he's not annoyed at me, I'll put my head right on his little body and I'll listen to his purring, which is probably the most comforting sound in my life. And Spirit is bringing that to me through this card. That, you know, maybe you're thinking about, you know, being intimate with your person, laying on their chest, them laying on your chest, the sound of their heartbeat, the sound of their voice. But it's speaking about vibration. You can hear it, they can hear it. It's a frequency that is tailor-made just for the both of you. That frequency comes into play whenever you think about them and then they text you, if you're still in contact with your twin, or if you astral project at night and you make contact with them. There is no greater frequency than that. There is no greater intensity and alignment than when you and your twin meet in the astral, it's phenomenal. And I feel that it's like you're both trying, it could have been a while since you connected in this way, but the desire feels like it's there. It's hard though. The Magician in reverse, Gemini and Virgo energy, number 1 of the major arcana. The Magician wields the power of all 4 suits of the tarot, as you can see, the swords, the pentacles, the wands, and the cups. All the suits of the tarot, all the elements, earth, air, fire, water. The Magician can wield those aspects to create their reality. And for your connection right now, you know what it already feels like, but it could be difficult to like tap into that river consciousness, right? The river, anytime we see water, it's like the psychic realms, the psychic consciousness. Sometimes it could be difficult to maintain that frequency. I feel as though you've gotten snippets here and there. This feels like a tease. Like, let's bring it to a more kind of 3D aspect. It's, thank you, Spirit. They're like, make it clearer for them. Okay. It's like if you're still in contact with your twin, you're not with them anymore, but you still are in contact with them for some reason. You know, a conversation can flow, it can be wonderful, and then they ghost you or something. It's like you get a taste, you get a tease of how glorious your connection with them is. And then the human, scared, frail inner child in you and them comes out, and it's just self-sabotage city. So it's almost as if the cards are saying to, it's not just about kind of listening, it's about completely immersing yourself in these waters. It's not being afraid of that. We end here with Spirit's advice, number 19, which corresponds to the sun energy, abundance, illumination, clarity, life-giving energy. Inhale, permission, exhale, relief. Inhale, permission, exhale, relief. I mean, some of you could be using certain substances, which I don't use those substances, but everything in moderation. Spirit wants me to say everything in moderation. See, look here. See? It's like the solar plexus highlighted here, and it's like the twins kind of trying to meet each other, but like just in different worlds right now. And look, it's like, I don't know if you can see it, it's hard to tell, but these horns create, there's strings in between, and she's playing it like a lute. We're talking about vibration. There's something to it. Like tapping into the oversoul consciousness, the oversoul, the soul that you and your twin share. Really focusing on what that is for you. Spirit is saying it's like, give yourself grace and give yourself leeway and permission to drink it in. It is you. But I think that there's been this sense of separation, not just from your twin, but also from yourself. Spirit, right? Drink it in. Your twin in the 5D is like filling your cup. So drink it in. Let me read from the book for the yin energy. to close out your reading. This is yin. The feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. So that's your reading, twins. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, twins.